Hello everyone. Now I'm going to tackle about the structure of eukaryotic cell. So, what is a eukaryotic cell? Well, eukaryotic cell EU means true, karyo means not or nucleus. Are named because they are true nucleus. Eukaryote Eukaryote is an organism whose cells contain complex structures enclosed with membranes. So that means that is a true nucleus. The DNA is enclosed with the nuclear membrane. Eukaryotic cells have an organized nucleus with a nuclear envelope. They have a brain for the cell. They have a discrete area where they keep their DNA. It is also said that they have a true nucleus, like what I said earlier. Although limited in size, eukaryotic cells can get very large. There are even more some extreme examples called plasmodial slime molds that can be a meter wide. Eukaryotic cells have organelles and organized DNA, so they are able to create parts. One example is the flagellum, a tail-like structure to help it move. So this is the example of eukaryotic cell. There is endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, the dots, nucleus, free ribosomes, mitochondria, and cell membrane. So here's the other parts: smooth endoplasmic reticulum, centrosome, Golgi, cytoplasm, the other the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and centrosome. The structure. The external structures: flagella, cilia, glaucocalyx, cell wall, cytoplasmic membrane. Internal structure: nucleus control center, endoplasmic reticulum, a passageway into the cell, Golgi apparatus, a packaging and distribution machine, lysosomes, vacuoles, mitochondria, the energy generators of the cell, chloroplast, photosynthesis machines, ribosome, or the protein synthesis, cytoskeleton. So this is the example of eukaryotic cells. So there are microtubules, uh, flagellum, lysosome, and this is the animal cell. So the summary: eukaryotes, they are the cells that have helped organisms advance to new levels of specialization beyond imagination. So you wouldn't be here if eukaryotic cells did not exist. Eukaryotic cells are cells that contain a nucleus and organelles and are enclosed by a plasma membrane. Organisms that have eukaryotic cells include protozoa, fungi, plants, and animals. These organisms are grouped into biological domain eukaryota. Eukaryotic cells are larger and more complex than the prokaryotic cells. Imagine 10 times bigger than the prokaryotic cell, which are found in archaea and bacteria, the other two domains of life. Eukaryotic cells contain a variety of structures called organelles, which perform various functions within the cells. Examples of organelles are ribosomes, which make proteins, the endoplasmic reticulum, which sorts and packages the proteins, and mitochondria, which produce the energy molecule adenosine triphosphate or ATP. They also have a true nucleus. From the word itself, EU means true, and karyo means a nut or nucleus. That's why they are called true nucleus, which contains the genetic material DNA and is surrounded by a nuclear envelope. All of the organelles are stabilized and given physical support through the cytoskeleton, which is also involved in sending signals from one part of the cell to the other. In eukaryotic cells, the cytoskeleton is compared mainly of three types of filaments: microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments. The gel-like substance that surrounds all the organelles in the cell is called cytosol. The figure below shows the structure of a eukaryotic cell. So this is an animal cell. The nucleus and other organelles are shown. The cytosol is the blue substance surrounding all of the organelles, this one. And together, the cytosol with all organelles besides the nucleus are grouped as cytoplasm. So the parts, mitochondrion, the green one, cytoplasm, lysosome, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, plasma membrane, cell coat, nucleus, nucleolus, chromatin, nuclear pore, nuclear envelope, Golgi body, and centriole. So eukaryotic cell cycle. The cell cycle is the life cycle of a cell. During this cycle, it grows and divides. Checkpoints exist between all ages so that proteins can determine whether the cell is ready to begin the next phase of the cycle. So the examples of eukaryotic cells: plant cells. Plant cells are unique among eukaryotic cells for several reasons. They have reinforced, relatively thick cell walls that are made mostly of cellulose and help maintain structural support in the plant. Each plant cell has a large vacuole in the center that allows it to maintain turgor pressure, which is pressure from having a lot of water in the cell and helps keep the plant upright. Plant cells also contain organelles called chloroplasts, which contain the molecule chlorophyll. This important molecule is used in the process of photosynthesis, which is when a plant makes its own energy from sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. Fungal cells, like plant cells, fungal cells also have a cell wall, but their cell wall is made of chitin, the same substance found in insect exoskeletons. Some fungi have septa, which are holes that allow organelles and cytoplasm to pass between them. Animal cells. They do not have cell wall. Instead, they have only a plasma membrane. The lack of a cell wall allows animal cells to form many different shapes and allows for the processes of phagocytosis, which means cell eating, and pinocytosis, which means cell drinking, to occur. Animal cells differ from plant cells in that they do not have chloroplasts and have smaller vacuoles instead of large central vacuole. Protozoa are eukaryotic organisms that consist of a single cell. They can move around and eat, and they digest food in vacuoles. Some protozoa have many cilia, which are small arms that allow them to move around. Some also have a thin layer called a pellicle, which provides support the cell membrane. So that's it, and thank you for listening.